All right, welcome back to Cobalt Black. Today, we're going to be taking a look at a indie survivor-like called Night Swarm. I'm a little late on this one. I've been moving the past couple weeks, so I wasn't able to cover it when it came out. But I'm here now, and this game wholeheartedly deserves some coverage. This is one of those games that I actually am really mad at myself for not realizing comes out in 2025, because it would have been on my top 10 survivor likes list. This game is phenomenal. It is one of those survivor likes where they kind of just thought of it like a regular RPG, but the gameplay is survivor like, and that all-encompassing nature is really what drives how awesome this game is. We're gonna go into a run right here, and I'll start explaining kind of why I like the game so much while we're in the run. And it's mostly because, again, it feels like they designed a game, they designed an RPG, and then they said, oh, we want it to also be a survivor-like. And you might be thinking, okay, Cobalt, what's the big deal about that? The big deal here is, it's kind of what leads to it being full, complete. It feels really good. And that's because it is incredibly deep in multiple facets, right? We're gonna go with Wings of Dust. I haven't used this yet. And what I mean by that is there's so many systems here for the meta progression. There's so many just gameplay systems that it ends up feeling really, really good at the end of the day. So we're gonna start here. We're gonna run. What I'm doing now is the first thing you do on any run, which is you summon a helper. In the demo, these guys were done a little bit differently, but we're not in the demo, so this is fine. We're gonna come in here, we're gonna get our helper, and the helper has a passive and active ability that kind of augments your own. So there we go, we just unlocked it. Okay, we can go with Mr. Chrono. Restores a portion of your health on each cooldown. That sounds pretty good. Mr. Coftopus. Yeah, it's a sarcophagus octopus. Yeah, it sounds bad, guys. I'm sorry. And then Elizabeth, who's pretty cool. Elizabeth increases your attack damage for her ability's duration. That's pretty dope. We're gonna go with the health here, and that is simply because having something that just gives us longevity makes it so that I don't have to worry about it in other facets while we're playing. This game is, man, I've been really loving it. It's a legendary, we gotta take it. Plus, freezing enemies on hit, that's just dope. So, the other cool part is the survivor-like part of this game is done really well. You'll see this map has many things to do on it. The map we're currently on actually has a magnet, which is huge, because what that allows me to do is I'm actually just gonna run around gathering whatever the heck I want. I don't want that. I like how I'm just like, yeah, I'm gonna grab stuff, and immediately I come across. So that turns into a little, it shoots stuff, okay? And the reason I don't want that, we're actually gonna reroll here. The reason I don't want that is because what I save it for is if I run into a boss that is particularly problematic. And at that point, I'm able to just kind of destroy them quickly. We're gonna build crit. I don't necessarily know if that's good or not in this game. I'm still exploring builds, and that's, well, it's incredibly fun to me. You can hear in my voice, I'm very excited about this game, and I've been having a great time with it. It reminds, I mean, it is a vampire survivor. That's kind of funny. Well, I guess you're on the other side. You are the vampire in this. I really want this. I really want Sanguine Pool because it is just, it's just garlic, but we're not going to go with that. I don't actually want to put more points in a Winterbite Crest. I was really excited about the 8. Yeah, well, we're just going to go for it. I'm waiting. So you can only have 4 active abilities at any given time. And I say at any given time because they evolve by being combined together. So I'm looking for the other fusion partner to one of the ones I have right now, because I've never fused it before, and I really want to see what that ends up in. Dash cooldown. That's pretty good. We're actually going to go crit damage, though. And that's because, I don't know, I'm trying to build some nice crit. So this is one of the many things you can do here. I can spend gold, and that would unlock a weapon for me. I don't need to do that at the moment. I'm not really looking for weapons. This would also give me some meta progression, but right now I'm wandering around the map trying to find all the gold and break it. And the reason I'm doing that is because I saw that there's a magnet on the map. We'll see it in a second. It'll come on screen right there. Magnet is also a shrine. Everything is a shrine in this game. And the magnet is really cool because what the magnet's going to do is it's going to do what magnets do in these games and pull everything in. So what I'm doing is going around the whole map, grabbing as much gold as I can, or at least destroying it, right? So that it's able to be pulled in by the magnet. That's kind of my protocol when I see there's a magnet on a map. We just kind of make sure that when we're in the last 30 seconds, we get back to the magnet. We're going to miss some gold on this map. I didn't really have the move speed I needed to kind of carry out this plan properly, and that's okay. That's okay. We're going to increase collection range. Collection range is actually an interesting stat in this game because there's a little point at the end of each run, or I guess not run, but a section of a run that allows you turn into a vampire bat, and you can go around and pick up all the stuff you missed. All right, so we're going to grab all that. We got 16 seconds. We do like the collection range. Man, this is really killing me. I'm just not seeing that last ability I need to make this work. Okay, attack cooldown, that's good. Crimson Bloom. I do like HP regen. I do really enjoy having HP regen. This game, this is one of those survivor likes where you're like, wow, this is, let me put it this way. I can't call it hard, but I can call it not easy. Okay, we got there just in time. That one was all glowy, which means it gave me a higher chance of getting something rare. So we're going to take it because that is extra damage for all of my abilities, and we take those. So see, this is what I meant by you turn into a vampire bat and you go around. So collection range is very helpful. On maps where there's no magnet, I'm going to turn around and get as much as I can before I leave. I don't prioritize collection range, but it's nice to have. Purple Essence is a meta progression currency, so we're going to go grab it here. The other place I could have grabbed it has 3 bosses. That was probably actually the smarter play if I'm going for meta progression, but I am trying to win this run. And that doesn't always come as easy as you want it to. This game can definitely get a little difficult, which I find fun. I find that to be pretty cool. What you just saw is one of the enemy vampires who does not like you. He'll send things at you while you're playing. That can be a bit of a problem. Soul Chakram. Cooldown damage count. We take those. We want to increase our projectile count as high as possible. That way we're just filling the screen with damage. We do see another magnet here, so we're gonna basically just do the same strategy as last time. But we have things like chests, and there's another quest that I need to go grab, so we're just gonna try to get everything we can. All enemies set ablaze. That's pretty good. Oh, there's a... Hello. This goblin, I believe, is essentially a loot goblin. Oh, no, don't run away. Don't run away. Oh, God. Ran away right as the dude tried to mess with me by slowing me. Normally, when the other vampire tries to mess with you, I'm just like, I don't care, bro. That's fine. But he ruined my time. My precious time with this loot gobbo. Okay, I still am not getting what I want here. This is very unfortunate. We're going to do this because this is a little more important than that loot goblin. And plus, we can see the loot goblin on the map. I need to focus on getting stronger. I've been dilly-dallying. I've been talking to you guys. I've been doing all that, and I haven't been playing the game very well. So we're actually a little behind at the moment, and I'm not too happy about that. It's okay, though. We'll make up for it. Got 119 gold. That's pretty nice. It's not the best, but it's nice enough. We're just going to go around and try to get stuff, though. Come on, purple? No purple? I'll take it. Projectile speed? I'll take it. It's good enough. It's good enough. It's not the best, but We just need power in any form at the moment, to be honest. We're fairly weak. Count. That gives count. I gotta go with the count. Yeah, this game is one of the most, I guess, complete survivor likes I've ever played. There's gear, so there's meta progression via that. The companions, the one that I got, there's more companions, so there's meta progression via those. There's meta progression via unlocking skills. There's a skill tree as well, so there's meta progression with that. So there's a lot of ways to progress and make yourself stronger in this game, and that, I don't know, that really just gets me excited about a game, because especially in this kind of universe of playing a lot of roguelites like I do, there are a lot of times where I find myself playing a game and never returning to it, and not because, I mean, partly that is the nature of what I do here on the channel. I'm always playing a new game, and I just don't have the time. But it is also partly because of the simple fact that if there's nothing calling to me about that game, I'm not going to make time for it, right? Like, I'll make time. I do play roguelites that are, not for recording purposes. I'll just play them to have fun and be playing a game. But if it doesn't have really engaging meta progression systems, I don't care. I'll just leave it, because it feels like, why am I trying to get better if there's no reason? But in this game, there's so many different systems that it really pushes me to come back and continue playing. And that's what I heavily enjoy about it. So we're going to come on in here. Yeah, I guess we're going to go this way. We're going to go this way to get the thread. The thread helps you upgrade your gear. And maybe in this run, I'll be able to grab a new piece of gear. I don't really need a new weapon, but just to show you guys how you get gear would be nice. That is another turret, and I don't really need that seriously. They're just not giving me the other ability I want. That's also the reason why I feel weak, is I'm rolling around with 3 abilities and I should have 4. But it's partly just because I'm trying to get the fusion for the last one, so RNG is not on my side at the moment. That's okay, though. We know what to do when that happens. You make do. You keep fighting, and you make do. I really should be more, actually, mentally present when it comes to picking up stuff right now, because I don't see a magnet. That doesn't mean there isn't one. It could be in the fog of war, but I currently do not see a magnet, so I need to act like there isn't going to be one on this stage, which means when gold breaks, I need to stay by it for a second or two. It doesn't mean I can't move quickly, it just means I really should be mindful of that. Because you can lose a lot of power on a level by just running by. Okay, let's try for this weapon. So, it's just like getting a skill on a level, and that was pretty bad. So when it's rolling and doing a slot machine thing, it'll change colors, so it'll go to blue, to purple, to gold. And that's what you hope for. You get higher rarity stuff. That just stayed white. That was a terrible weapon I got, and I'm going to go back and probably dismantle that. And that's a-okay. Hey, we do have a magnet now, though, so I can be a little bit more reckless with my decisions on whether I pick things up or not. Okay, we take those. We're going to grab this. Yeah, see, this one comes off purple immediately. Again, it was glowing in the real world. Every 5 enemies slain grants plus 1% attack damage for 5 seconds. That sounds really good. When I start making my skills big and hit fast and hard and everything, then it's going to be, well, a lot of attack damage added. Maybe not the most in the world, but I can imagine it gets pretty up there if you let it. But we definitely need to, again, continue getting strength. What I think I need is more cooldown or damage. We're going to go with damage. Because projectile speed does not equal cooldown. I just want these to happen more. I don't necessarily need them to fly faster. Flying faster would be helpful, but, And because of the gear system as well, mixed with the skill tree and the unlocking skills in this game, it allows for a lot of build variety, which I think in a survivor like, at least for me, is huge. I like being able to say, oh, I want to do a frost run. I want to do, you know, a burn run. I want to do a piercing projectiles run. I want to do an aura run. I always find that kind of fun to do in the end game of these types of games, just because it gives me a little challenge to have for myself, and it also can sometimes lead to stuff that I thought was more gimmicky being very, very powerful. This is perfect. This is exactly what we needed. Okay, we're gonna start banishing things. I've seen you twice. I don't ever want to see you again. We will take you because your count going up is extremely useful. We're gonna pop over here. I think we have enough gold to buy one of these skills, and we're gonna do it. Again, I'm stressing that we've been lax on getting power. Pierce. Okay, this is okay. It's not what I wanted it to be, but it's fine. Luckily, because of my partner, I can take damage and not really regret it right now, which is nice. This game can be difficult, which is fun because, again, playing a lot of these, sometimes they're not very difficult, and I can enjoy that too. I think we've fallen into this trap lately in gaming, especially in the indie game sphere, where hard equals good and easy equals bad. And I don't think that's necessarily true, right? This was the wrong path. I was short-sighted. I would have gotten another partner if I went the other path. That's unfortunate. Okay, well, we'll make do. Yeah, and it hard equals good and easy equals bad, and I don't really think that's true, right? I think that difficulty is what some people want, and I think it is a large faction of people who do want that, and it's a loud faction of people who do want that. But I think there are a lot of people who just want to play a game and have fun. Like, you don't have to be on the hardest setting. You don't have to be sweaty at it. You can just play a game and be happy. You know, I, for one, don't, you know, at the moment, I don't have a 9-to-5, but when I did have a 9-to-5, I did not want hard games all the time, okay? Like, life is hard enough, all right? Trying to put food on the table and make sure everybody's happy and healthy in your home is difficult enough. I don't necessarily need the game to be the hardest thing ever. Now, on the other hand, I do think difficulty, overcoming great difficulty can feel very rewarding, right? But I think somewhere along the line, we forgot that A, there's multiple types of gamers, but B, that there's, you know, no shame in playing an easier game or having fun like that. Again, this one is, as far as survivor likes go, I would put this one on the harder side, to be honest with you. But more my point is, I just find it very annoying that as a gaming culture, we've hit this point where hard is synonymous with good and easy is synonymous with bad. I just don't think that's true. And I think, I don't know, people really need to reel it in and also just, like, let people game how they want, you know? I was watching, I was looking at a game that has a lot of features in it, and this is important. And so you get to points where, like, people can do things that you might not notice. And I was looking for tips and tricks on this, so I went to a content creator's video where he was giving tips and tricks on it. And I saw it, and he was able to do something that is a little bit rarer in the game to do. And it's not even that it's rare, it's that the item to do it... Oh, we found a rune. Awesome. It's that the item to do it is something people don't often equip because everybody likes to min-max damage in every single game they play these days, right? So people don't equip this item, and he had equipped this item. So effectively, he could see through walls in this game. This game is more of a tactical survivor kind of thing. But he was able to see through walls in this game. And I looked in the comments, and people were shredding this guy. They're like, why would you cheat in a single-player game? To that I offer you back, it's a single-player game. Play it however you want. But these people were, like, ripping this guy to shreds, you say. first off, he wasn't cheating. It is a mechanic that was readily available in the game. People just don't pick it because everyone's too busy min-maxing damage. But second off, that guy who said, why would you cheat in a single-player game, makes a good point. Is it really cheating? What's wrong with that guy playing the game how he wants to play the game? And I think that has become a very weird thing to see and have to talk about in gaming now. Is the fact that people should be able to play games the way they want to. And it is this fact that, nah, people will rip you to shreds if they see you playing differently or maybe slightly easier. And I'm just kind of wondering what that's about. Like, maybe one of you guys could let me know in the comments. And I guess I can see someone being a little more annoyed when a content creator does it, right? Because if he had modded it to be like that, well, people are looking for info on the vanilla game, and here's this guy with this mod. So it's like, okay, I don't know what that changed. I don't know if my game won't behave like that anymore. And I can get that. But other people just seem to be mad that, like, dude was making the game easier for himself. Which is wild to me. Like, everybody, games are fun, guys. Always remember that. Everybody should be allowed to play how they want and what they want. Sorry, I'm going to get off my soapbox here, and we're going to get back to the game at hand. So, yeah, what I actually really like, too, is they do the node kind of progression system you would see in a more, like not in a Hades-like, but more traditional roguelike. Maybe not a Survivor-like, but a traditional kind of roguelike. But what they do is they keep your progression between nodes, and I think that's very important. I've played a couple of games this year that have tried to fuse these genres, which is really cool. I really like that. That's awesome. But a couple of them have done things where it's like, oh, it resets when you go to the next node. And I'm like, no, you've missed it. You've lost the plot. Because I think a huge part of Survivor likes that people enjoy is that bullet heaven aspect, that aspect where you just become this undefeatable monstrosity launching out projectiles and blotting out the sun with your damage. And so it's like it's like, oh, you're going to reset every time you go to a different node, and that just becomes not fun. So I'm really glad they allowed for this kind of persistent progression through the world, but they also went with the node system, which allows you to kind of feel this more free will around how you progress through your levels and things. And I think that's huge. I think people underestimate that a lot, and it feels very good when you have it. Oh, these guys are tanky. This isn't good. I need them to die. Yeah, so that is something I really have enjoyed about this game. It's just that simple ability to do that, to kind of, I can direct where I want to go, but it is not negatively impacting the whole survivor-likeness of the game, which I think is huge. Okay, let's get this guy in the corner. We'll increase attack size. Like, we don't necessarily need to, but we will. Okay, we're gonna try to kill this little goblin. I don't know how easy that's gonna be for this build right now. Oh, we've gotten significantly more powerful since the last one we saw, though, so I think we'll be fine. There we go. That's what I call loot. Alright, we're gonna come down here. Dude, why are you so mad at me? Bro. I'm not gonna spoil where he comes from, but he is another vampire that's very angry. Enemies begin with 1 to 90 less health. Fear weakens before the battle begins. That's crazy. Okay. Cool, I'll take that. I don't know how much health they start with, so I don't know how significant that was. But that quote was haunting, so I'll take it. Absolutely chilling, one might say. Another great thing about this game is it, much like Deep Rock Galactic Survivors, I feel like there is always something to be done on the map, and it doesn't all just amount to, oh, it's like you're a little stronger during this level or something like that. A lot of it can be meta progression, a lot of it can be just interesting little stuff, and that, I think, is, at least to me, is huge. not all games have that in this genre, or at least not all games have that in a meaningful way or a way that makes sense. So it's really nice to see how they did that, because I feel like I don't even know what game was the first outside of Vampire Survivors to really try to give the player lots of options of things to do on the map. But I feel like that game just kind of had a couple of simple things. And for a while, games trying to copy that formula and ooh, yo, we take those. Damage and size, we take those. Sorry, what was I saying? For a while, I feel like when Survivor Likes did that, it was not in this kind of organic and interesting way. It was very superficial of this makes you faster for 5 seconds, or you're stronger for 5 seconds. And so it felt very forced, but it also felt not that rewarding. Whereas in this game, it doesn't feel forced. And some of it's meta progression, some of it's stuff you definitely want. Which, you know, I mentioned Deep Rock Galactic Survivor because I think DRG Survivor is probably the Survivor-like that does the secondary objective during a Survivor game the best, right? It is tied into the story, it is tied into everything. That you are trying to mine and get as many resources as you can. I mean, that's the whole purpose. Whereas a lot of these games go, you're here to survive. Oh, you can also do something else. But just stay alive is really the plot. And then they'll do those. This shrine gives you plus 25 attack damage for 5 seconds. That's cool. And I realize as this is a problem with my central dogma around gaming. I don't like timed power-ups. I never did. They feel hollow to me. They don't feel fun. And on top of it, I'm a very forgetful human. So I don't like them because I will get artificially stronger, not pay attention to how much time is left on the power-up, go walk up to a giant dude, smack him in the face, start talking shit, and then realize that my power-ups ran off and I'm going to die. Oh, we're cooking now. Ooh, and a magnet? Oh, you spoil me, map. And so I really like seeing things like this game where it is essentially an extra level. That one, the one I just touched, spawned a boss. That just spawned a boss for me to fight. That's so cool to me. So I really like how they took that simple level of, oh, give people things to look at or do on the map. And they went, no, let's make this meaningful. And let's make this something people are going to want to do. I think that's huge. And I don't know, good on you devs for doing that and doing it in a way that feels semi-organic and good. I'm just spending my money willy-nilly at this point because I realized I had 300 and I was doing nothing with it. What are you? The next 2 chests you open may contain a random relic. Okay, that's really cool. I don't think I have that many relics, so I'd be happy with that. Boss dead. First 150 enemies spawned in each run have 1 HP. I'm not too concerned now that I built crit. I don't know. Something about them having 1 HP doesn't matter to me when I'm critting for boatloads, you know? Alright, let's get this done. Then we're gonna pop up here to this guy. So this is gonna give me damage and speed. And it's gonna let me fly down this way. Don't do what you just did, please. Destroy that gold, and get all the way to the magnet. So we have a minute left. We're going to make this our home base, and we're just going to wreck everything around us. So just make it worse for it having existed. We're going to go with the cooldown. I like just constantly shooting out abilities, really hurting my foes. Okay, what do we got? We're going to go Nocturne Drift. I don't seem to be having health problems. We're going to go... Ooh, Wings of Dusk or Soul Chakram. We're going to go Soul Chakram. I want to go Wings of Dusk, but I didn't get the skill it evolves with. I'm very miffed about that. Very upset. We'll take Blood Spear since we are going Soul Chakram. We want those Vampiric Blood Chakrams. And you'll see when they happen. They're very fun. I don't actually know if they're vampiric in the nature of giving you health back. Just everything in this game is essentially vampiric. But yeah, this Survivor like I really enjoy because it feels like they made a full-on game and then just said, yes, the battles are Survivor-like. And that's really cool to see, right? It's the complete opposite of something like a Brotato-like, where it is, and to be clear, I'm not knocking Brotato or anything, very good game. It is very stripped down though. It is, you are in a menu, you are on the field. You are in a menu, you are on the field. That's it. There's nothing to kind of strive for outside of that, which is fine. But I like looking around a game and being able to go, you know what? I want to do X, Y, and Z. I want to do these other things. They seem interesting to me. Deep in the forest, you encounter an old graveyard surrounded by forgotten tombstones and rusted iron fences. The place seems to have been undisturbed for centuries, yet a strange energy emanates from within. We're gonna explore. Wandering the graveyard, you brush past crumbling stones where relics and wrestling spirits linger. Echoes of grandeur, silk, and I gained 3 levels. That all seems dope. Okay, we're gonna go do this quest. And then we will handle getting some pink essence after that. And then we'll be just about done with this run. Vampiric blades, that's so cool and not what I want it to be. Soul chakram, we take those. Upon completing any point of interest, drink a movement speed potion. That's huge. Movement speed in this game is huge. You want as much movement speed as possible. I think that's kind of obvious. I feel like I don't need to say that, but I am saying that. It is just huge. It is awesome. All right, we got a little bit more collection range because it was legendary, and it is, if you are new here, it is my channel rule. If I see a legendary, unless I'm really trying to do a challenge, even if it doesn't go with the build, I'll pick it up. And that's because I am deeply afraid that if I spit in the face of RNGesus, I will not be blessed again with that luck. Alright, so this is the quest event, Bloody Tree, kill enemies while being in range. I don't have to, the enemies don't have to be in range, I have to be in range. We're gonna go with crit chance. The more we crit, the more the other things matter. I think we're doing quite enough damage. I think we're giving the bad guys what's for. Okay, so there is a magnet. We take those. We're gonna grab this because it's glowing. Yeah, that's why. Ooh, talk about freezing everybody. Perfect. What's nice about that is the cape I'm wearing gives me 20% extra damage versus frozen. So that's huge for me. All of this freezing enemies is really helping with my clear speed, which is awesome. Get that max HP increase. Keep going. Keep McMurdering things. Okay, we're gonna go take this. We'll go up to handle this gold. We got 2 minutes, so we're good. I'm not too worried about time or anything like that. We have quite a bit of gold, so I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna buy you. Hope that it's something better than white. Okay, well, whatever. Well, I'll take it. I could have... So, there is endless mode, and if you are going endless mode, it does behoove you to kind of hold out and be like, I'm only going to take stuff that has upgraded. Yeah, this cane is just terrible. Take them anyways, because the discard there was going to give me nothing. However, when you get back to your castle, you can destroy them and gain currency. So don't be like, oh, it's not what I wanted, let me just blow it up. Don't do that. Okay, we're gonna go over here. I see a goblin. I don't know if we're gonna be able to safely get to the goblin, deal with it, and then come back to the magnet. So I just have to make sure I don't get too tunnel visioned on the goblin. The goblin's cool, the goblin's good, but the magnet is what's gonna get everything on the ground to us. Okay, once we're down to 30 seconds, I run back no matter what. Can you please just die? He's dead. We're good. We'll take that. We'll take that. That was a lot of damage. Okay, we're good. It's time to race back down to that magnet, because if you look at the mini-map in the bottom right corner, there is so much stuff on the ground. That is what I'm talking about. We're gonna upgrade the Wings of Dusk, even though we're not gonna be able to evolve them, apparently. Soul Chakram again. And we'll do Nocturne Drift. I want to be able to walk quickly. Attack cooldown. Take that as well. Now we're just gonna stand here and murder. Just protect this little home we've set up. And I'd say we've gotten pretty strong. I'd say we are sitting pretty for the boss. We'll see how strong the boss is. See if it's a problem. So much of me just wants to take... you know what? I'm going to take Sanguine Pool. Because we're almost at the boss, so I won't be able to evolve Wings of Dusk anyways. Even if I got what I wanted. Here we go. Blood Chakram. So that, and yeah, because I evolved Blood Chakram, I have an empty slot now, so even if I do get the evolution partner to Wings of Dusk, I'll be able to take it. Alright, we're gonna go here, and then we'll prepare for the boss. And I don't know if any of you caught that, but the cool thing at the end of every run of this game is you can decide to go into endless mode. So if you just have like a really banging run, and you're just enamored with your build and all your power that you've amassed and yada yada yada, just turn it into an endless run. Have fun. And I think that is really nice. And I like that it is just an option at the end of a run, kind of like Soulstone Survivors, because I don't want to enter a menu and do an endless run right off rip when I don't know if it's going to be one of those runs that I'm really like, this is awesome, right? Like, endless runs are those runs where everything went right and you've just made something sick. Gave 5 max HP each time you use a totem. Okay. And so I really like that it is just an option tacked on to the end of a regular run. Much like Soulstone, I think that is a very good way to do it. Because simply... yeah, there's some runs where I surprise myself with a cool build and I'm like, oh, I want to keep going with this. And it's like, run's over. And then there are other runs where I'm like, I don't want this. I've actually never done an endless run in this game, though, so I can't really talk about it too much. I think a game that has endless runs that they're done kind of the right way and kind of the wrong way is Deadly Days Road Trip. I think the endless runs are cool kind of in that, because it is much like this where you finish a run and then you can just go into endless. But what bothers me about it is endless runs in that game get you nothing. They get you clout. You can, if you make it just an amazing, crazy amount of days, you get on the leaderboard, which is cool. I've never been a leaderboard person, okay? That my whole life, I have 0 competitive bones in my body. Except for about very specific things. But on average, if you try to start a competition with me, I will literally look up, shrug, and walk away. So, that's the only incentive, it bothers me, especially because it's like, oh, you can't unlock anything else, you can't do anything else, and I'm like, what? I'm like, no, dude, you should let people keep going and keep pushing. But at the same time, I also do understand you can't necessarily have an endless run turn into that, because all someone's going to do, wait till they have that golden run, turn it into an endless run, and then they've beat your game. They've unlocked everything they need to, because they'll just keep pushing until you get it all. In this game, it doesn't matter as much because it is map dependent for certain unlocks. So I think that is why they're able to do it the way they do. All right, I'm just gonna wait till 30 anyways, because I don't want to have to bat form around and pick up everything. But we have made quite the successful projectile build. I feel like we really are a problem for everything around us. And the garlic at the end really just tied it all together like the rug in Big Lebowski. Oh, more attacks. I'll take more attacks per second. That's always a good time. Do I go for this? I don't think I need. I'm not gonna go for it. I'm gonna go for it. I wasn't gonna go around the map and ask for anything else anyways. Sick, that was awful. So, I don't know what happened this run. I got really unlucky. Most runs, I get at least blues. I got nothing this run when I went to the weapon totems. It's really sad. It's okay, though. I got lucky in so many other ways this run, so I can't even put, like, I can't even sit here and be like, oh, never lucky. Like, no, I did well. So many other ways. Wings of Dusk, we take those. Blood. Oh, and once things evolve, they can level up again. Yeah. It's really cool. I like that a lot. I think what would be even cooler, and I don't know if this is a thing, it could already be a thing, I just don't know, is if, like, you kept going, if the fusions could also fuse. Now, I don't want that to be endless. That is a very bad trap you can get into, but it would be cool if certain fusions could fuse, or fuse with another regular weapon, and that would, you know, let it do something interesting. However, this game has so many systems and so many other things you can interact with that I don't even care, right? Like, I'm sitting here, like, with a wish list being like, that'd be cool. Nah, this game has so much other stuff that I'm not even worried. Like, after this run, I am gonna take you guys around the castle and show you guys all the stuff you can get in this game, because again, I think that is a huge part of it. That is a huge... Oh, a wooden hand with mouths and an eye. That's never been bad. Oh, the eye has multiple pupils. No, that's never been horribly, horribly evil and terrifying. He hit me for so much damage, guys. Uh-oh. Trying to stay close to him so the garlic can have some effect. Ow. What? That was so much damage. That was so much damage. Oh! Oh no! Guys, we lost the run! Oh no! No, 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 no. Oh! Oh no! Guys! Oh, I'm so lucky! My partner procced. Oh no! Oh no, stay away from the pillars. Stay away from that! Guys, this is so bad. This is so bad. I'm not failing. I've been in here this whole time. We ain't dying now. Not today. Oh boy. No, no. You don't get to laser me. I laser you. Oh, I'm the hero of this story. Damn it. Please don't. Please don't. Oh. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I wasn't freaking out. You were freaking out. Shut up. They got real really fast. We got a boatload of pink acid, purple essence. It looks pink. So I can go into endless from here. But we're gonna go back to the castle to grow stronger. And I guess on endless you can earn more bloodstones and things. And that's what I'm saying, is in this, you can go on endless and that it behooves you to do so. Games like Deadly Days Survivor, it doesn't. Sorry, Deadly Days Road Trip. It's the application when you open it, like the .exe is called Deadly Days Survivor, but it is Road Trip. So I apologize. That game is amazing. I absolutely love that game. Go check it out if you haven't. All right, but I am going to show you around. So this woman does meta progression with the runes. So that rune I picked up was 5% resource income. We are definitely leveling this up because, yeah, I take those. So the way this works is you get a bloodstone when you defeat a big bad. And that increases your chance of the upgrade going well. So we're going to do that. We need to finish the outer wall at normal difficulty to unlock this rune slot, so we won't have that. But once we do, we're going to put both of these up there and just get a lot of resource income. An extra 10% sounds very nice. Here is, you have like retainers that will go out on their own missions when you're out on a mission, and they'll come back. See, this little dude is a bat right now. He popped in, and he's going to give me a bunch of resources. And that's because when I was out on a mission, I found him, I beat his ass, and now he does stuff for me. Then you have this guy. This guy actually used to be like an alchemist, and he would make potions, and I think they got rid of that functionality in the game. And I think it was kind of cool, but I can imagine it was either convoluted or they were just like, we already have so many systems, this is just rough. So now he does this like reputation thing where you get a bunch of meta progression currency and even weapons, as you can see there, and a new quest line from him. So yeah, that's really cool. The new quest line is this. Let's see. I need to kill rhino beetles. I need to spend gold at totems to get spend 4,000. Okay, that's crazy. Forest enemies slaying. Yeah, so this is like your achievement system that gives you stuff for that. You come over here. This guy here adds stuff to your castle. So you use this certain meta progression currency and it'll add stuff to the castle. And adding stuff to the castle does things like plus 30 maximum HP, increases attack damage by 10%, health regen. We come over here, max HP, block chance, drop chance of breakable props. I don't even know what that means, guys. Reputation gains by 15%. We're definitely going for that. Grants and consumes 1 potion at the start of each stage. That sounds pretty cool. I believe these currencies come from specific bosses. So I don't have these yet, and that's okay. We're going to go back to the reputation gain one though. That's what I'm going to get. And yeah, it does cosmetic things to the castle when you improve them. And I always think stuff like that's really cool. I like the fact that, yes, improving something in the game does give you a cosmetic change. That's really dope to me. And so he's one of the retainers you can use in the fight, like one of the buddies you can get to help you. And so is the other guy across the wall. They have their own rooms. You can see into them, but you can't go into them. At least I can't yet. Here's how you power those guys up. So the reason I just did reputation gain at the last dude is reputation is the currency you need to power these people up. So right now I'm really fixated on Mr. Chrono. He's really good. And Ashen Pharaoh. Ashen Pharaoh is really good because it increases pickup and collection range, but I believe his passive ability increases XP gain. That's huge. That's huge. So I upgrade him a lot. However, you know what? We have enough. Let's unlock these other 2 guys. Okay, so we got Gilded Instinct. Enemies have a chance to drop gold for the ability's duration. Okay, this is on Heli. And then increased all resource drops. So Heli is really good, apparently, for farming. So I think that's one that's nice to have. And who do we get here? Pumpkilgrin. Pumpkilgrin increases your critical chance for the ability's duration. Increases critical hit chance by 2%. Okay, so I think I'm going to upgrade Heli because resource drops are huge in this game. That's actually why I'm able to upgrade everything I'm able to upgrade right now. So we're really going to, yeah, increases 25% resource drops. We're going to try to go for Heli whenever we're on a farming run. So then we come in here, and this is where all of your weapons and things are made and stored. So as you can see, I'm missing That's okay. But I have my staff here, so 17.5% attack damage and 51.1% crit damage. Okay, so this can get, this right here can just get destroyed. This can get destroyed. This is cool, but can probably be destroyed. Same thing with that. Attack damage and cooldown reduction. I actually might keep that one. I really like that. Attack damage and crit damage, so that's equipped. And then this guy wasn't good, so this is going to be destroyed as well. That's okay. Destroying stuff it's all part of the game. It is all, oh wait. Who's the one that had good attack damage and cooldown reduction? It was you. So that destroying these gives currency. And actually, I don't have anything in my inventory, but oh wait. But if I had, there are blueprints you can get to build more things. I just got the straight up weapons, but you can get stuff to build. You come over here, here is the skill tree. So yeah, you can upgrade skills. So you have your damage, your special effects like freezing, and your health. And then you have this, which is increases the maximum blood ore capacity. I'm gonna leave mine at 1,000 right now because I just did that run and didn't exceed that, but you don't want to ever hit that cap early on a run. So you can also reset your talents for free. And then lastly, but definitely not least, we come here, and here is where you upgrade things. So this is where you, oh, see, I didn't get it because it wasn't selected. I didn't get it because it wasn't, I couldn't get it. I literally could not obtain that. That's really unfortunate. I was dumb. But that's the other cool thing. You can pick what abilities will and won't show up. I think you have to have a minimum of 7. Like, you still have to have some RNG. You can really minimize it and be like, I want to play X, Y, and Z build. And you can kind of have it go that way. You have fusible relics. These are things that stuff can fuse and turn into. And then passive relics, these are, again, the passive you get in a run. I don't know what all of these extra ones do, but they're pretty cool. These are the ones I, attack, cooldown, and things like that. And then you go to artifacts. Artifacts are what I was rolling at the green totems, and that is when you get certain things like, upon completing any point of interest, drink a movement speed potion. So that's really good. So you can select to buy these whenever. I'm not going to grab any right now, but you can do that. And then, yeah, that is the extent of the meta progression. So sorry there wasn't enough. That only took, I don't know how many minutes for me to explain all of it. Anyways, guys, if you made it this far in the video, a like and a sub would be very much so appreciated. Thank you very much for watching. Trying to grow the channel right now. Every little bit helps. And guys, I'll be back tomorrow with a full review of this game, which, if you can't tell, is already going to be a glowing review. I absolutely love this game. But I'll also be back with another video. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Peace out.